fictionally with them. So there's something about that. It's a kind of observation that I'm putting forward.
Again, what I'm wondering is about the local and the non-local and dislocation and location. Those things. And the sense to me in which throughout all of this you seem to dislocate. And I found that quite curious. And the one moment that stood out was the connection with the eyes of the waitress. Because suddenly, it's like such as reputations of solipsism, suddenly there's a possibility of being seen through the eyes of the other. And it doesn't happen. Suddenly you go into a fantasy world about what. I was quite curious about that because there seemed to be a possibility of entering into that look and imagining how you were seen, and that would localise you. In a minute, it's kind of almost as if you're dislocated, even through the deliberate film. And I'm wondering about that.
There's something that complicates and simplifies the ethics of this event that we're here at, and the event of this recording, which is to do with the way in which you're layering the recordings. So there's a sort of get-out clause in the fact that the image we see doesn't represent the thing that we're talking about, doesn't represent the text, doesn't represent what we're talking about live, so we kind of deconstruct the ethics of all of those recordings. At the same time, that kind of makes it even more complicated ethically because of the way in which we come to encounter this event. So we've got all of these representations that are making demands of our attention, that we start to put things together. So you start to think about whether or not the woman in the white top who looks a little bit like she could be a waitress is the person you thought about went to have a shit, and maybe that's a bit wrong. And so you're starting to make us encounter something that we then have an ethical responsibility to. I don't have an answer for it, but I think that you need, for me, if you're going to address ethics, which I think you have to address because you're videoing somebody representing without the knowledge, start to disentangle the way in which all of those representations are put together and composed artistically, which I think is both. I think it's really interesting bit of work, but I think it's problematic and
I think mine's more of an observation, picking up on those points in ethics. One, Sophie Callie's work with the letter from her lover. If we're going to talk about ethics, well, if that art which is so accepted in the world can be okay ethically, why can this not be? Okay, I mean, maybe that's too simplistic, but in the art world, I think that is the case. The other, so what we're talking about is the academic world. I saw it through here, and without my glasses, I'm short-sighted, and I found it very interesting. And what came to the fore for me was you. And so the choices that brought in and out, the different disruptions that occurred, the disruptions of your voice, the constancy of your wandering and wandering around these things. And so I think that the people in the video are not really what's from my experience, that's not what's foregrounded. There's something about the presence of digital media being so everyday now in Desserto's sense. You're working with the practice of everyday life kind of thing. So I'm accumulating this into an argument for ethics. When we walk in the street, we're videoed constantly. Our picture can be put out on the television if a crime happens in the earrings, and there's not an ethical problem with that. What are you doing with these videos? You're not actually, you're playing very fictionally with them. So there's something about that. It's a kind of observation that I'm putting forward.